This is Dr. Locke.
Are you free tonight?
Oh, DV, I'm sorry, but you're not my type.
I'd like you to pay a visit to Scott Baldwin.
Oh, I could possibly clear my schedule for that.
I thought so.
What's the occasion?
A little fact-finding mission. Why are Baldwin and his ex spending so much time together recently?
I'm on my way to the firehouse now.
Good. We need to be on top of this situation.
Oh, that's my favorite place to be.
Eve! Eve, open up!
Hey! Treating my door like a punching bag isn't going to make me answer it any faster.
Is she here?
Actually, you just missed her. She ran off with a new guy to Rio. Something about eloping.
Is she here or isn't she?
She isn't, fortunately.
Do you know where she is?
Hey, I'm her roommate, not her mother. And I don't have the slightest idea where she is.
As long as I've known you, you've never done anything to make me mistrust you. So if you do something that I don't get, I just assume that there's a good reason for it. Everyone has secrets.
I am trying very hard. I know that the only way you will let me see my son is if I get you those letters.
There's a tape in your VCR. Play it.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Did I wake up Christina?
Oh, no. No, she's sleeping like a baby. She has a baby. Aunt Charlene's checking on her. I'm really surprised to see you. I wasn't sure you were even gonna come home.
Yeah, well, after viewing Scott's home movies of Eve stealing Victor's letters, I almost wound up sleeping all night in a bar because I got too drunk to come home.
I'm sure glad you didn't.
Well, I can't say I was anxious to come home to you.
Yeah, I know that. I know also that you're very, very angry, but you need to know I'm also very...
No, no. Lucy, do not say the word sorry. Please. Sorry implies regret. Right now, I don't believe that you feel any.
What I feel is that I hate to see you in this much pain.
Well, despite whatever I feel about what Eve has done, I haven't lost sight of the fact that you set her up.
You're right. I set her up, okay? I set her up to protect my children, and I would set her up again and again if it meant keeping them safe. Now, you, of all people, should understand that. And I'm just so sorry to think that my desire to protect my children would cost us our friendship.
You and Eve acted out of fear because you wanted to protect your children. See, haven't you come to know that I would understand that? All you had to do was trust me. Be honest with me. But neither one of you could do that.
It was because of DV. Don't you see? He made us vulnerable because of our children. And so not one decision we've made lately is based on anything normal.
DV may have created the situation, but both you and Eve made a decision about how to respond to it.
Have you spoken to her?
No, I have not. I haven't been able to find her. Frankly, I'm so angry right now, I don't think anything she would say would make a difference.
Well, I am going to say something I never thought I'd hear myself say, and I'm going to hate saying it, but I have to say it. you love Eve very, very much. Are you just willing to let that go?
Eve let it go. When she decided to lie to me.
I made that mistake, didn't I? And that was the end of us?
I know.
Are you telling me you're ready to end your relationship with Eve?
Maybe I am.
The last thing Julie needs are people who are suspicious of her marriage because her devoted husband is living with another woman. Eve moves. Now.
Hey. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to talk to you about something.
I'm not in the mood, Chris.
Bad day, huh?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take it out on you.
Well, what are drinking buddies for? Of course, you should wait till I have a couple in me first. Numbs the pain a bit.
By this time, I'd have thought you'd have started without me.
Well, don't you know what they say about people who drink alone?
Same thing they say about people who marry serial killers?
Well, why don't you tell me what caused you to stay out all night, and miss your shift at work, and put you in a rotten mood?
Just something I had to take care of.
Well, I have some more not-so-good news for you. Kevin stopped by.
Did he say what he wanted?
No, but my best guess would be that it's just another feeble attempt to get you back.
Maybe I should call him.
Ooh, maybe you shouldn't. Come on, the guy's a loser, Eve. He lied to you, he cheated on you, he betrayed your trust. All the things that a good relationship is based upon.
And how are you supposed to know?
Well, I know I would never do those things to you.
That is because you are a good friend. Sorry. What did you want to talk to me about?
Oh, a case. Robin Salter. Yeah. I wanted you to take a look at it for me.
Okay, I'll do the best I can.
Well, if I can find it in this mess, I'll mix us up a couple killer martinis.
Oh, sure. It's always good to offer a medical opinion before you've had a drink.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'll get it. I got it.
Well, aren't we protective?
It's personal.
Entered the magazine sweepstakes, huh?
Ah, you caught me.
Well, maybe I should do the same. Win $10 million or a trip around the world. Is that what you're hoping for?
Got my eye on a bigger prize.
Well, Eve left the hotel without speaking to Portizo. No, she had the letters with her. I don't know what she's going to do with them. We'll have to wait and see. Victor, somebody's at the door. Let me talk to you later. Bye.
Are you up for some company? I have a very attractive proposition for you. No, I should have called. It's just that I was nearby, so I thought.
Well, let me help you with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I don't think you were down the block there shooting pool and guzzling beer.
I was at a cocktail party.
You do like to go to parties, don't you?
Actually, the seminar before was very exciting. Let's see, drug protocol, the treatment of histrionic psychological disorders.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Sitting around here just watching old episodes of Hogan's Heroes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I came just in time.
Yes. Just why don't you sit down over there, all right? Now, this proposition you have, does it have anything to do with me getting dressed up and going out on the town?
No, actually, it's something that you can do in the privacy of your very own home.
Oh, you want to play around a slapjack?
I want you to work with me.
On what?
I want you to help me pick the jury for Julie's trial.
You want me to be a consultant on Julie's case?
Well, from what I understand, you're the best man for the job.
Not if I believe she's guilty, which I do.
Julie did not kill John Canelos.
Spoken like a true psychiatrist.
One who knows that her patient's telling the truth.
Well, I got a newsflash for you. Doctors have been mistaken before.
Not me.
What about her confession to the murders, for crying out loud?
She was confused.
So you straightened her out?
Well, is that so hard to accept?
It's just that I'm a hard sell.
Would it make it easier if I compared Julie's situation to Lucy's?
Grilled cheese, chips, and milk. My new and only specialty, because it's Serena's favorite.
You'd die for them, wouldn't you? Your children.
In a heartbeat, yeah.
But would you steal? Would you lie? I mean, would you betray your lover?
Doc, look, I don't know what Eve was up against when she stole Victor's letters, but I do know DV. He would do anything to get what he wants.
Fear's a powerful motivator. But what I don't understand is why didn't she feel she could come to me? I've confided everything about myself to her, my deepest, darkest secrets.
But don't you see, it's DV. He clouds your mind. You make choices, not the best choices sometimes. In fact, even lousy choices. But that doesn't mean that Eve stopped loving you.
Like you never stopped loving Scott when DV forced you into making a bad choice.
Yes, and I never meant to hurt Scott, of course. And something in my gut is telling me that Eve never meant to hurt you either.
I wish that made me feel better.
Just talk to her before you make any kind of decision. Just talk to her.
So what do you think?
About what?
About Mrs. Solter?
Oh, that's right. I haven't read it yet. I'll do it right now.
You know what? Don't bother. Instead, why don't you tell me what's bugging you? And if you say nothing, I will pour that drink on your head.
Really? You would waste a perfectly good drink just to get me to open up?
It's the kind of guy I am.
Okay, well, I'll give you the country western version. I drove my pickup down the wrong road for all the right reasons, and I'm about to crash.
Does this song have lyrics?
People counted on me, and I let them down. One person in particular.
Well, if that person is Kevin, I wouldn't sweat it. He threw away what you two had the night he hopped into bed with Lucy.
Look, Chris, there's a lot that you don't know.
Okay, well, fill me in.
Kevin is not the bad guy here, okay? I am. I'm the bad guy.
What? Look, riddles were never my strong suit.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be mysterious.
Well, then why do I feel like I'm sitting in an episode of The X-Files?
Look, the bottom line is that no matter what decision I make, Kevin will never trust me again.
Well, then I say do what's best for you. To hell with Kevin.
She's coming to Pine Valley.
Ray Cummings is coming to Pine Valley.
Ray Cummings is moving to Pine Valley?
Ray Cummings is moving to Pine Valley?
That's right. I'm moving to Pine Valley. I'll find Daniel if it's the last thing I do.
Ray Cummings on All My Children, starting Monday on ABC Daytime.
How's that? That's going to be better, huh?
Much better, thank you.
Okay. So now what were you saying about Lucy?
It's just that Lucy and Julie have had very similar experiences lately. And I thought if you could look through the eyes of your fiancé, you might understand exactly what it is I'm talking about.
Ex-fiancé?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking back to a time when you were much closer to Lucy. When she lost her memory and you went on TV to try and find her.
You saw me on TV?
No, actually, I didn't.
Oh.
Ellen Burgess told me about it. We were discussing relationships, and she told me some of the things that the two of you had to go through to be together.
Thanks to Bordizzo.
If Bordiso could do this to Lucy in New York, why couldn't Greg Cooper do it to Julie?
Grabbing at straws.
No, Bordiso made Lucy believe she was another person completely. Couldn't Greg Cooper have manipulated Julie to believe that she was the general homicide killer?
Lucy was knocked on the head. She had amnesia, for crying out loud here. I mean, Bordiso could have convinced her she was, you know, Colonel Klink, for that matter.
Julie was kidnapped. She was held hostage in a basement. She was neglected water and food. You don't think that messed with her mind?
You're comparing here, you know? There's apples there, there's oranges there.
No,
now.
I disagree.
Oh, Julie has been a little wacky since her brother killed himself, all right? What Cooper did to her was just a dent.
No, I think that it contributed.
No, I don't think... It's like with, you know, in Lucy's situation, too. You know, Lucy is never been, you know, really screwed up. So, therefore, whatever happened to her, the bang on the head and all of that stuff, made herself open for somebody to come right in and just, you know, set up shop there. She's good. She's open, and she's, you know, open to anything and anybody. You understand?
That's quite a compliment for someone who just cheated on you.
Like I said, she was open to anything and anybody.
Which is more than I can say for you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Won't you at least consider my offer to come on board with us?
What makes you so sure that I won't pick a jury that'll convict her?
Well, if it were today, you might. But I think given some time, you come to our side.
Why is that?
Because I can be very persuasive.
I've noticed.
Well, then give it some thought. You might learn something.
I'm in. I like a challenge.
You're in.
In like Flynn. Are you surprised?
No. No, I'm never surprised.
Neither am I.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like a challenge, too.
Well, Eve's left the hospital. She should be back at Chris's by now.
Oh, so what's keeping you?
Her looking into my eyes and lying to me.
Well, you know what you need to do? You need to start not thinking so much and listen with your heart.
It's telling me I should go to Eve and at least give her a chance to explain.
Well, I always knew you had a really good heart. Now I know you have a very smart one.
You've got a pretty good ticker there yourself, lady. I know you're no fan of Eve's, but here you are trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I have to be honest here. This has nothing to do with the way I feel about Eve. It has everything to do with how much I care about you. So, you know, if you want this to get resolved quickly, you better get out of here and take care of it, you know?
How is this going to be resolved?
It's up to you.
It's historical fact that the person who looks out for himself above all others comes out on top every time.
Really, is that documented?
Every day in the newspaper. Our president, a perfect example.
Oh, yeah, real paragon of virtue.
He's a winner, all right.
So is your new wife aware of this me-first attitude of yours?
Julie and I understand each other.
Well, if anybody deserves to be put second, it's Julie.
Well, don't get me wrong. I would jump off a bridge for my lovely bride.
Ugh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Of course, I'd make sure there's a big, strong net below me first.
Now that's true love.
You know, I do love her.
Maybe. But you love yourself more.
Look, all I'm saying is you have to look out for yourself, because no one else will. Now, I don't know what it is that you're debating, but you've got to do what's right for you.
Yeah. Well, the to hell with everyone else, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do attitude may work for you and Julie.
But I'm not so sure about me.
This is what you owe after the insurance is paid?
Joe said not to worry about it.
Here.
What's that?
You don't recognize money?
Why are you giving it to me?
Because a father should help out with expenses, so I'm helping out.
I don't get it. You're being so nice to me. I thought after I went to the doctor with Joe the other day,
I'd write you off. I have, but not my kids. Unless you've changed your mind about telling Joe about us. Everything about us.
Great, Frank. We're back to your ultimatum. That's great.
I never left it. If you want a life built around a lie, you can have it.
But I can't have you.
Your choice. It always has been.
Wait a second. That's more than let's go upstairs, kiss.
Well, I miss you very much, kiss, and it's also I have something that you're not going to like kind of kiss.
What is it?
Kevin has gone to Eve, and he's going to tell her that we know she's working with DV, and also tell her that you set her up to deliver phony letters to him.
Oh. That's why I didn't want to tell that lovesick fool anything.
I know, but Kevin believes that he can trust Eve.
Well, that's a good one. So what happens now when Eve gives the letters to Bordiso?
Our plan is ruined.
Well, I'm not going to let that happen, Lucy.
Hi. This is a surprise.
Can I come in?
Yes, please. I'm sorry. Come on in.
You look beat. You just get home?
Yeah, I was at the hospital checking on a patient. You look pretty tired yourself.
Well, I was up all night trying to figure out what to say to you. All I can come up with is, I love you.
Usually when you say that, I feel like everything's gonna be okay. Why am I afraid of what you're gonna say next?
Something's tearing us apart right now. You can feel it, and I can feel it. Now's your chance to tell me what it is.
Kevin, I have always shared everything with you. At least I've tried.
Now wait, hold it right there. Don't tell me anything that isn't true. I love you, Eve. And all I'm asking in return is that you trust me.
What if it's something that you thought was terrible?
Well, I guess it would it depends on what it was. And more importantly, why you did it.
I've been helping Bordiso for weeks. Are you going to say anything?
I know. Lucy and Scott figured it out.
When?
Don't you think the next question should be why I had to hear it from them first?
Kevin.
I thought I could trust you, Eve. I left Lucy at the altar because she lied to me. How could you, of all people, take me down that road again?
I didn't have a choice.
I don't want to hear that. And I don't believe that. You had a choice. You had a choice to trust me. The same way that I chose to trust you. Even though I knew that something was wrong.
But DV has my baby. And he told me that I would never, ever see him unless I gave him Victor's letters.
All right, tell me what happened from the beginning.
I showed DV that picture of the little boy on Jasmine Island, and he admitted that that little boy is our son. And he told me that if I didn't keep my mouth shut, I would never get to see my son. I would lose him forever. So I made a decision, okay? It was the toughest decision I've ever made in my whole life, but I did it. And now I have to face the consequences. Which means that I'll probably lose you.
You haven't lost me.
I haven't.
No.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh.
Come on, answer the door.
Hold on.
Kevin, what the hell's going on?
Well, actually, you caught us in a private conversation.
Well, no, it can't be private when Lucy and I are in the middle of this whole mess.
No. Kevin, it's okay. I owe them an explanation, too.
Actually, we sort of know everything, so I'll just take an apology.
I'm sorry. All I wanted to do was see my little boy and touch his face. And I will, because he's alive.
You don't know that for sure,
You've
Eve.
seen him. And Victor saw him in Italy.
Eve, they were psychic projections. They were images that were put in your head.
No. DV sent me a video cassette. It's a video cassette of that little boy on Jasmine Island. And he is real.
But how do you know that he's your son?
Bordisa was just sucking you in here. He would do anything. He'd spit on his mother's grave to get what he wanted, Eve.
Exactly. Which is why he wouldn't think twice about telling me my baby was dead and keeping him away from me all these years. I'm not excusing what I've done, okay? But I would do it again in a heartbeat if it meant seeing my son. I don't know how to make you understand. I have this ache inside of me.
And DV has been using it all this time. I do understand, because I know when I'm away from Serena and Christine, even for an hour, I can't stand it.
Eve, why didn't you just come to us first?
I couldn't. DV kept piling on the threats. And he wasn't just threatening me or my son, but he was threatening the girls. He was threatening Kevin. I felt like I had the fate of the whole world, my world, in my hands.
Well, that's too bad you felt you had to go alone, because you didn't. You didn't.
All right, she told us what she did and why. Let's not belabor it. Let's just figure out where to go from here.
All right, well, give me the letters back.
I still want to give them to DV.
Scott's hoping that you will.
He is?
The letters you stole are not the letters that Victor wrote. They're fakes.
What's the matter with you, Kevin?
Okay, 2 tablets, 1 hour after eating. Great, thank you.
Everything okay with Neil's medicine?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had the dosage right. I don't want there to be any mistakes. Not where my son is... Our son is concerned. And I don't want there to be any mistakes between us either, Frank.
Then just admit to the world you're crazy about me.
You know what? Sometimes I want to shout it from the rooftops, but then you start bossing me around, and I want you to fall off that roof instead.
These kinds of mixed up feelings, aren't they supposed to be a sign of true love?
Yeah, well, I have been trying as hard as I can not to fall for you.
Don't want to be too disloyal to Joe.
This has nothing to do with Joe. He was special once. He was my first love. But even if Joe wasn't with Karen, he couldn't make me happy now.
What brought about this epiphany?
I realized Joe would never be satisfied with who I am. He'd want me to change.
But it's more than that. You're afraid.
Of what?
Afraid of not being in control. We've got to toughen you up, Courtney, make you defend what we have together. Like this blessing. This baby that we made together. It would take all you have to break the news to Joe. I know that. But wouldn't you be stronger for doing it?
You're pushing again, Frank.
No. I'm asking.
And I am asking you back. Let me deal with Joe on my own terms when I think the time is right.
Tell my brother he's out of the picture.
And break Neil's heart.
He would have his real parents to help him through it. He could deal with it, probably better than Joe. Which is what you're really afraid of, losing Joe.
Frank, I told you. I don't love Joe anymore.
Then prove it.
I'm just asking for a little more time.
And a little more, and a little more. And I don't want to share you. And it seems to be your best offer, so that's it. It's over between us for good.
Frank, you think I can just let you walk away?
Eve.
I am fighting to be with my son, and you want to set me up with a bunch of phony letters? Do you know what would happen if DV found out those letters were fakes?
That's why I warned you.
Yeah, you did that. Eve's working for the enemy, and you just gave our game plan away.
Lucy.
Good.
You and Lucy just want to move me around like some stupid chess piece.
No, wait a minute, Eve. This is not certainly a game to us.
What do you think would happen when he found out those letters were fake? Who do you think he would blame? Me. That's who. And then he would take my little boy, and I would never see him again. You owe me those real letters.
Eve, do you know what happens when Bordizo gets those letters in his hands?
What's going to happen? Cobra Project's going to take over the whole world? Guess what? I don't care. Would you, if Serena's life were at stake?
Oh, hell.
Okay, then help me. DV has my son. I have to give him those real letters, not some stupid phonies that don't mean anything.
But they do have meaning, Eve.
What?
Written into all the computer code is a virus that Victor created to crash the Cobra Project.
Victor is in on this too?
Yes.
What if DV finds out before the virus thing has a chance to kick in?
Well, that's not going to happen. That's what we're hoping on.
No, it's too risky.
I'm not going to let Bordizo get away with what he's done to my family, Eve.
Well, at least you have your family. You and Lucy can take off and disappear anytime you want to. I don't have that luxury.
This doesn't end with you delivering the letters. We'll do whatever we can to help you reunite with your son. Right, Scott?
Yes, we will. Even I will do all I can to help.
So what, I'm supposed to pull the Trojan horse up to DV's barricade and just say, here you go, DV. Here are the letters. Pay no attention to that virusy thing.
We know what we're asking of you. But this could be our last best shot.
Eve, don't you care? Don't you care? Don't you want some kind of retribution?
I want my son.
And we'll do whatever we can. I promise you. You're not alone anymore. Trust us.
Okay. I'll do it. I will Hand over the phony letters to DV.
If you walk away from me, I will never let you back into my heart. Or my bed.
Harsh words.
They seem to be the only kind you understand. Although I am not quite as comfortable handing out these ultimatums as you are.
Give me a break. You're the master.
Frank. I know how much we have going for us, but you keep backing me into these corners.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Everything okay here?
Yeah, peachy.
Yeah, I just told Courtney some stuff that made her laugh herself silly.
Why don't I believe that?
Because you wouldn't know a good joke if it bit you on the ass.
Ah.
Frank.
You got something to say?
Maybe we can finish our conversation later.
I think we're finished.
So, what did he do to you this time?
Nothing.
Then why are you upset?
I'm not.
You know, Courtney, that's it. One way or the other, that guy's out of here, okay? Frank is out.
All right, yes, I'm fussing. Yeah. No, okay, thanks. Ta.
Is Christina taking her little nap now?
She fell asleep just this minute.
I should be the one tucking her in my face before she goes off to dreamland.
I know. And it'll happen. You said it's going to be very soon, right? Right.
Well, as soon as Eve feeds those letters to Bordizo and we watch his little empire crumble.
I actually feel badly for Eve.
Oh, Lucy, come on. Eve should have told us that she was being extorted.
Yeah, maybe she should have, but would that have changed anything? You know, would that have brought her son back? Maybe her son is lost to her forever.
You know, it's funny because not too long ago, any sort of misery to Eve, you'd have been doing the jig.
Yeah, okay, I admit it. You're right, but it's hard not to feel sorry for someone who's missing their child. Scott, come on. We have something to look forward to. Our kids are going to be safe. Our family's going to be back together again. But what does Eve have? What does she really have? Does she hope that DV holds up to his bargain? Do you really think he'll do that once he finds out those letters are phony?
You sound like you think Eve might not give him the letters.
If I were in Eve's shoes, I really don't know what I would do. Time to go.
I love you. Would you please remember that?
I don't think I could go through with this if I didn't.
I'll get back to you. Please, come in. This is a surprise. I thought that our business was finished.
You want the letters, don't you?
I already told you my men would get them.
Not necessary.
You have them?
Do I get to see my son?
Well, as soon as I have them examined to make sure they're authentic.
Don't worry. They're real.
David will be proud of you.
David. You named my son after you?
Such vitriol. There really wasn't much choice now, was there? As soon as I know these are real, I'll arrange for a little reunion.
Wait. There's something you should know about those letters.
Well, I want the third quarter profit results by the end of the day. No, here at the Port Charles Hotel.
What do you think would happen when he found out those letters were fake? Who do you think he would blame? Me. That's who. And then he would take my little boy and I would never see him again.
I don't care how you get them here. Just do it. Now, said you had something to tell me about these?
Yes. Yes, just that things couldn't have gone smoother.
You kept your side of the bargain.
Yes, I did. Now it's your turn. I want to see my son.
As soon as I have these letters verified for their authenticity, you meet David.
Hey, I'll get it. Sit down.
Oh.
You all right?
Yeah, thank you. I just don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, well, I do. It's Frank, and I hate seeing him get to you like this. It's not good for you. Or the baby.
Joe, my emotions are out of whack because I'm pregnant. Just ignore them, okay?
Well, you don't need Frank hanging around here making things more difficult for you. I'm telling him to move out today.
Well, this house is half his. You can't force him out.
No, watch me. You're not going to have to deal with him hitting on you anymore.
Oh, Joe, really, it's not like that.
No, if my brother doesn't have this decency to have a little respect, then, I'll just have to show him.
Oh, you think so?
Joe, I told you nothing happened between Frank and me.
You heard the lady. There's absolutely nothing going on between us. I forgot to paint for Neil's model.
Why don't you go out for a little while? Now's as good a time as any to settle this.
Joe, you're not listening to me. I don't want Frank to go.
What, Courtney, you care about him or something?
So when's Serena gonna be home?
Oh, she's not. She's sleeping over. Me and Gail.
Oh, well, I hate that because I miss her. Even just one day, I miss her so much my heart hurts. I think that's why I keep thinking about Eve. You know, she's missed her little boy for a whole entire lifetime. Maybe right this minute, she is meeting her son for the very first time.
I don't think so, Lucy. Not as long as Bordizza was still walking around this town.
You stop that. Right now, I want to be optimistic. I want to picture this whole thing ending in a big, beautiful, happy ending.
You want a happy ending? Okay.
Yes.
There's your happy ending.
How does he always know exactly what I want?
Because it's my job.
Then you, sir, deserve a big, fat raise.
Let me just take it out and trade.
Wait a minute. What are we doing? I can't stay here. It's gonna get suspicious looking for DV's goons.
His goons don't know that you're here. Besides, I got my goons, and they're better goons.
All right, big goon. How about we continue that happy ending stuff? Are you expecting anybody?
No. Maybe it's the Fuller Brush man.
Oh, wait. Come here, button up. Go.
Hey, a surprise. Come in.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, you are.
Lucy came by to pick up Serena.
You know, I really have to admire the way you guys have handled your parenting since your separation. Can't tell you how many couples I've counseled that somehow the kids just seem to get missed.
Thank you. We just always do put our children first.
Lucy, why don't I have Serena call you when she's ready to be picked up?
Nope, I think I'll just wait right here.
Don't you trust me?
Oh, I trust you completely.
So, Rachel, what can I do for you?
I was working on Julie's trial, and I put together a profile for ideal juror, and I was hoping that you might have some time to help me put the questionnaire together.
No, he wouldn't, because he is not going to help in Julie's defense in any way whatsoever. Scott, tell her, for Pete's sakes. Tell her.
Did you change your mind?
What? Do you not hear? Do you don't... understand English. He is not going to help Julie's defense, period.
Lucy, come on, what's your business here, all right? You know, I said I was gonna help, so just, you know, butt out, all right?
How'd it go?
He won't let me see my son until the letters are verified.
They'll pass inspection. And then we'll know if he has any intention of keeping his word.
I have done everything he has asked me to do. If he doesn't keep his end of the bargain...
Was he suspicious at all?
He said it looked like the letters checked out. They were in order, but he still has to check on them.
You did great.
This is such a risk, Kevin.
I know. But it'll be worth it in the end.
He has had my son for 9 years. And he's filled his head with lies about me. If those letters don't check out, I may have just blown my only chance for my son to ever know the truth about me. His name's David.
That's what Davy called it.
A name makes him so real.
It must have been very difficult to hand those letters over.
The only thing that kept me going was your promise that no matter what, you would help me get my son back.
You have my word. Come on.
You're not really going to kick Frank out, are you?
Give me one reason not to.
Frank's had a really rotten year.
No one's fault but his own, Courtney.
Yeah, maybe. But tossing him in the street, isn't that just a little bit much?
You know, I don't get you. First he hits on you, and then you reject him, and now you're standing up for the guy.
Well, Neil adores him, whether you want to admit it or not. He's an incredible uncle.
I think Neil will be fine without Frank living here.
Hasn't Neil been through enough lately?
Frank! You and I need to discuss something.
Joe, don't.
You got something to say, spit it out.
No, I've got nothing to say to you.
Best news I've heard all day.
I gotta call the hospital and check on a patient.
It took you long enough to find that paint.
Yeah. Neil thought the best place for it was underneath a pile of dirty socks.
That's your boy.
I gotta go.
Frank. Don't be a jerk.
Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You start being honest, and I'll start being nice.
I said I would tell Joe about Neil. And I will.
You can't even tell him about us. You're a losing proposition, sweetheart. That is my cue to walk away.
You know what, Frank? I'm really getting sick and tired of looking at your back. So this time, why don't you have a look at mine?
I got you.
Hey, I think I got you.
Put me down, Joseph Scanlon.
Oh, no sweat. I don't think the garbage been collected today.
Oh, no, don't you dare. I swear you're going to regret this.
Oh, my back.
Stop.
It's eating those Oreos.
Oh.
Who's the toughest of them all?
You are my caveman.
Take it to a hotel.
Hey, why don't you just keep going to wherever you're going, okay?
I got a better idea. Why don't you go to hell?
You know what your problem is, Frank?
No, but I'm sure you're about to tell me.
You know, hold on here. I know fighting is a real turn-on for you, Frank, but how about trying something new for a change?
You don't like it? There's the door.
Hey, Karen happens to be more welcome around this house than you are.
Ouch, that hurts.
And if it weren't for the fact that Neil and Lark seem to be blind to who you really are, I'd throw you out of here right now.
Guess what? Today is your lucky day. I'm out of here.
Bordiso?
You have a minute to chat?
I was about to call you. Professor Collins' letters are being examined by our programmers even as we speak. Cheers.
So Eve Lambert came through.
With flying colors. Am I brilliant or what?
And modest.
Well, I knew that turning Eve Lambert into my personal puppet would be satisfying. I just didn't know how much.
Are you sure that Eve's not the one pulling the strings?
What are you getting at?
Well, I just came from the firehouse, and it's amazing what you can discover when you show up unannounced.
The point being?
Scott and Lucy, making out on the couch like a couple of teenagers. Is that a clear enough picture for you?
Their breakup was an act.
Well, that's no surprise. Of course, that means that Eve and Kevin are playing the same game. Are you still feeling so brilliant?
Ooh, I would really like to take that Miss Rachel Locke, slither into town and free a murderer and throttle her by her puny, ugly little neck.
Now, take it easy. Do you think she saw us in here kissing?
I hope she did. I hope she saw us, because I want her to back off of you. You know what else? Also, I hate is the fact that she now waltzed out of here knowing she has one up on me, that you're working with Julie's defense. Whoa. When, perhaps, were you going to tell me that you decided to help out Julie's defense team, huh?
Well, I haven't had time. Besides, your reaction was real. That's good.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You know, I don't really mind you keeping tabs on the whole Julie case. I understand that. But to actually help her defense, why?
Look what Julie did to my father. Now she may go free as a bird.
Oh, thanks to Rachel Locke.
Exactly. All of a sudden, she gets mixed up and things change. I don't know why. Why is that? Why is these things...
Okay, she's probably back. Eve, hi. Well, where's Kevin?
Right here.
Oh.
Victor told me about the back way in.
Oh, great. Okay, so we've really been anxious to hear. How did it go?
Did Bordiso take the bait?
Yes.
Did you get to see your son?
Davy won't let me see him until the letters check out.
Eve, what you did took a lot of courage.
Thank you. I wish that made me feel better, but I just may have risked losing my son forever.
I'm gonna call Victor and tell him what's going on.
Yeah, tell him to come over here. He can tap into the Cobra computer system. We can find out if DV uploads the virus.
You know, Eve, I really have to say that I wasn't sure you were going to go through with this at all.
I wasn't sure myself.
If it had been me, it would have been really tempting just to back right out of there. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to take the chance of maybe losing my son, you know, not getting to see him forever. It would have been a hard decision. What I'm trying to say, Eve, is I really, truly respect what you did.
Thank you.
Victor's on his way over.
Now we wait.
Hello?
No, that's mine. Hello? I'll be right over. The letters, they check out. I get to meet my son. I get to meet David.
That was fast.
Not for me. I gotta go. I don't want to be late.
Eve, I'm going with you.
No.
This is too dangerous,
No,
Eve.
I don't care. This is not about the Cobra Project. I don't want to risk any more. This is about me and my son.
Eve, you really do deserve to see your son, but you have to be careful just to play it safe. Please, at least take Doc with you.
DV will never know I'm there.
All right. Okay, fine. But let's go.
Those tests happened too quickly. I think something's fishy.
I think something is definitely wrong.
Neil wrote a great report with a lot of input from Frank. Are you sure you want him to move out?
He's out of control, Karen. He has to go.
You know, I remember when you two bought this house. You guys were so happy you were able to keep it in the family.
Well, things change.
Hi.
Hey.
Is Neil home yet?
No, he's still at my grandparents' house with Serena.
Is anybody else here?
What do you know? Just in time to say goodbye.
Wow. You sure packed an awful lot of stuff for another trip to Atlantic City.
I'm leaving, Courtney.
Frank, come on.
See you later, Frank.
Joe, I thought you and I agreed Frank didn't have to move out.
It was Frank's idea to leave, Courtney.
Excuse me, last time I checked, this was my life. I'll take over from here.
Why?
There's nothing for me here.
Oh, come on, Frank. Just don't go.
Courtney, if you're worried about Neil,
This doesn't have to do with Neil, Joe. It has to do with me. Frank and I are, we're dating. And I'd really miss him if he left.
What is that?
That's success. It's working. They're uploading the virus into their computer system.
That means we did it?
We did it.
We did it?
We did it. It's so exciting. This reminds me of an incredibly dangerous mission I once had in Jakarta. I had to sabotage a mainframe and then rappel down the side of a 15-story building.
Oh, you're kidding, right?
No, I couldn't stop laughing. Oh, what a feeling. But this, nothing compares with conquering Bordiso. Hey, hey, hey.
Your hand
Fellas?
What?
Should that little screen thingy be completely frozen like that?
Well, they must have stopped their uploading.
That's exactly what they've done.
Okay. How do I look?
You look beautiful. I'll be out here if you need me.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Steve, come in.
Where is he?
He's in there. No, you can't just go rushing in there. You have to know a few things first.
Like what?
Well, David doesn't know that you're his mother. I've told him that there's an old friend I want him to meet. So go easy, all right? Sit down. Sit down. David, will you come here? The person I want you to meet has arrived.
Hi, David. I'm Eve.
Nice to meet you, Eve.
Oh. Thanks. Yeah. I'm kind of a hugger. Could I have a hug? Oh, God.
That was even better than I imagined.